The single most studied variable in retail music is tempo, beats per minute, fast or slow. And after 40 years of studies, the answer to what tempo should I play is, it depends on three things most people have never heard of. I'm Daniel Fox, founder of Entuned, and I've read every major study on this. Let me walk you through what tempo actually does to shoppers and why the simple advice is very often wrong. Here's the version you'll find on every background music blog. Slow music equals more sales. And they'll cite a 1982 study from the Journal of Marketing, the most famous experiment in all of retail's music history, in a supermarket. Two conditions were tested, slow tempo versus fast tempo. Slow music produced a 38% higher daily gross sales. That's $4,600 more per day in that situation. It's an open and shut case, right? Well, play slow music. Done. Except that study had 216 shoppers in a single store, and when a massive 2025 study presented at EMAC tried to replicate this across 140 retail stores, 140, they found no overall tempo effect, zero. The simple prescription collapsed at scale, so what's actually going on? Tempo doesn't operate in a vacuum, and it interacts with at least three other variables, and if you don't account for them, you're guessing. A study in 2012 in Marketing Letters tested tempo and mode together, major key versus minor key, fast versus slow. Slow tempo in a minor key produced roughly a 12% spending lift. But here's the twist. Switch to a major key and the tempo effect disappeared entirely. Major key neutralized whatever tempo was doing, so when someone says, play slow music, the next question has to be, in what mode? A massive study published in the Journal of Retailing in 2017 analyzed 43,000 shopping baskets, and they found that fast tempo actually helped, but only when the store was crowded. About an 8% lift in these dense conditions. When the store was empty, fast tempo did nothing useful. So the optimal tempo depends on how many people are in your store right now. That EMAC study I mentioned, the one across 140 stores, found no overall effect. They did find something buried in the data. Loyalty program members responded to tempo. General walk-in traffic didn't. Your most engaged customers are actually the ones that tempo reaches. This is why we built Entuned the way that we did. A static playlist can't respond to whether your store is crowded or empty at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. It can't shift mode when the context changes. It just loops. Generative music can adapt to these variables in real time, not because we think that AI is magic, but because research says tempo is conditional. It only works when it matches the context, and context changes constantly. So if you take one thing from this video, I hope it's this. Tempo matters, but it's not a dial that you set once. It interacts with the mode and the key, with the crowding and who's actually in your store. The studies found that the big effects controlled for these interactions. The ones that didn't found nothing. That's the difference between playing music and programming an environment. I'm breaking down all 28 studies on music, consumer behavior on this channel. It's the science that should be driving your in-store experience. Subscribe so you don't miss the deep dives. And if you want to hear what adaptive, research-driven music actually sounds like, Entuned has a free tier. It's free forever, no credit card required. Go to entuned.co. The link is in the description.